Hi, good afternoon to you. I'm making this on Halloween Day, so October 31st, and the semester has gone by very, very quickly. Wanted to mainly give you a sense as far as, what we have to do yet, and we're in pretty good shape overall. So there's nothing due for this Friday, the 31st. For Friday, November 7th, you just have to submit the second draft of your research paper. And most recently, I laid out much more specifically. I like to do that for the second draft as far as what my expectations are. And I just want you to progress and start to really pull it together, much, much more. So, anyhow, that's what's due on that date. The only assignment that's due for Friday, November the 14th, is a status report. So, just, how you're going to finish or complete your research paper, who's going to look at it, how you're going to edit it, and so on. And make sure, though, before you submit, that you actually print out a copy or two of it, and more for the final draft that you print it out, and then you let it sit for a day or two, and then look at it again, and have somebody else, look at it again, because otherwise, if you don't, you'll miss things and think like, how did I miss that? But it happens because sometimes you get mesmerized and see something again and again, and so you don't see it as well as you should maybe. So that's what's due for the 14th. The research paper status report. Final draft of the research paper is due on that 21st of November. But if you need a few more days, I have no problem with that. So I just wanted to get those in, and then the good thing about that is it'll take me probably the week until like that Friday the 28th to read them. But I'll send those back to you and grade them. And then if you want to revise them, you're certainly welcome to do that. And then at the very end of the semester, there's like a research paper overview as far as what you learned from the whole process. Um, I really do like these research papers on health, wellness, fitness, mental health, disease, cancer, so many different topics because, as I've said before, I mean, every single family has someone that had cancer. In my own family, my Aunt Patty, when I first started working here at WCCC, and I'm age 55 now, and she was that same age, and she passed on at that age. It was really sad because had such a promising career. She started off as a secretary at West Penn Power, and she went to college and everything, and she worked her way up into management, and she was the director of purchasing at the end of her career. My aunt and some other people there at the company, they developed these plug-in power meters, and so what they did is that the people that are meter readers, they just plug them into your meter and it just reads it, and they go to the next one. Previous to that, they had to write down all the numbers. So boy, that saves quite a bit of time. But as I said, my aunt passed on. My father had prostate cancer. It didn't kill him, but it was really pretty tough on him. And then sister-in-law had breast cancer, and so that was really, really tough. But in every family there's that. In every family there's depression. Somebody has a substance abuse issue, whether it's prescription drugs, illegal drugs, alcohol abuse. That's quite common these days. And there's a whole array of other issues. So it is very, very important to be educated or to at least know where to find information. I've said this before, but I'll say this again. About it was 10 years ago, maybe a bit more than that. As you can see, I'm a pretty physically large person, but I remember this so well. Right around Thanksgiving until right into the new year, maybe about January 15th or so, but it was right in January. I recall this very well. I lost like 70 pounds, and I did not look well at all. now I can walk a good deal, I can ride a bicycle 10 miles and all that sort of thing. But then I became so ill that I could barely walk from my office to my car, which is maybe 300 yards away, probably less. I had to sit in my car for 15 minutes because I did not feel well. And this seems pretty odd, but I developed these weird food allergies in my 40s. And the part about it that was very, very frustrating is I had a hard time connecting with a physician that could help me, and he was able to figure it out, but it took a while. It took more than 2 years to actually find somebody and then find some help as far as where I was headed. And it took me 2 years to find him, and then it took me another 2 years to actually feel like myself again. So my point to you is it's good to become educated in health and wellness and know where to look for information. And then the other part about it is, you really have to be persistent. Something that you'll see is, pretty much with medicine, there's that 90 or 95% realm. So like, my wife had to get a gallbladder removed, so they were able to pretty much diagnose that really well. Heart disease, if you have kidney stones, if you have a urinary tract infection, but, irregular heartbeat, migraine headaches, a lot of that they're able to pinpoint. But some of the other is really, really difficult. A colleague of mine that has since passed away, she started to fall in the shower. She just could not keep her balance. And she went to the UPMC Neurological Institute in Pittsburgh a number of times, and they could not figure it out. And eventually, she passed on, but certainly falling all the time, and she broke her hip one time. It was very, very problematic. So doctors and medical people and medical experts know a great deal about medical issues, but still there's some that they don't know about. And as I said, there's that small range where, sometimes you have to be very, very persistent and do your research to follow up and get the appropriate treatment. So I hope that this class, has some benefit to you. I hope you didn't find it overwhelming or too much work or anything. But the reality of it is, I think in this class, you just can't talk about research. You have to do it, and you have to find sources, and you have to become familiar with the MLA and the APA format. You have to be able to quote, paraphrase, summarize. You have to be able to identify experts and give their expertise and so on. All of that is very, very helpful. Draw conclusions from information. But I can tell you with definite certainty, is that it's good to know a particular topic in great detail because you can always sort of branch off from it and explore it more. I had a student, Karen Paul, who wrote about the benefits, the argumentative paper in college writing on supplements, but more so herbs and plants for medicinal purposes. Is it good or is it bad? And so on. And mostly it's good, sassafras for an upset stomach, and, lots of other types of homeopathic but herbal treatments that have some merit to it. So then when she had me for college writing, she did for advanced composition, she did the same topic. And then she went on to get her bachelor's degree at a college out in Wisconsin. And the same thing there, she stayed with that topic, but she expanded on it. She had to write maybe a 50-page research paper on it, much, much more in depth, but she really knew it. But she also did speeches on it. She did for bio classes that she took. She stayed with that, and she developed some expertise on it. So to me, it's good to know a topic in really good depth and be conversant on it, because believe me, it helps you down the road. And the research skills that you learn in this class, in my opinion, I believe are beneficial. Finally, as you go down the road, if you ever want me to take a look at something you write in another class, or if you're at another college or even for work, I'm more than happy to it. I'll give you my thoughts or my opinions, and of course, if you ever need me to do a recommendation, a reference letter, anything for you, I would definitely do it right away. So that's it. Thank you.